Ms. Camilla Moore is a repertory justice scholar and an attorney with a specialization in entertainment and intellectual property transactions. As a law student, she contributed to human rights reports related to domestic and international human rights issues, including, but not limited to, racial inequality in Brazil, the human right to sanitation in Lowndes County, Alabama, and a human right to remedy for indigenous black women affected by racialized gender violence in Papua New Guinea. While studying abroad at the University of Amsterdam, Ms. Moore wrote a master thesis exploring the intersections between international law and repertory justice for the transatlantic slave trade, chattel slavery, and their legacies. In 2021, Ms. Moore was appointed to the California Reparations Task Force by Speaker of the Assembly Anthony Rendon and ultimately was elected chair. The responsibility of the task force is to study the lingering effects of slavery and recommending to the state legislature how Black Americans might be compensated. As chair, her aim is to use her knowledge of domestic and international human rights to help guide the reparations push for African American descendants of enslaved people who live in California and, perhaps, across the country. Great-granddaughter, granddaughter, and daughter of Black sharecroppers, Dr. Shirley Nash Weber was sworn in to serve as California's Secretary of State by Governor Gavin Newsom in 2021. She is California's first Black Secretary of State and only the fifth African American to serve as a state constitutional officer in California's 170-year history. While serving in the California State Assembly, Dr. Weber authored Assembly Bill 3121, which established a task force to study and develop reparations proposals for African Americans. Assembly Bill 3121 charges the Reparations Task Force with studying the institution of slavery and its lingering negative effects on living African Americans, including descendants of persons enslaved in the United States, and on society. Additionally, the task force will recommend appropriate remedies of compensation, rehabilitation, and restitution for African Americans. Dr. Weber says, "This task force brings together experts who understand how we, as Californians, are still affected by slavery and its successors in our own state, including redlining, theft of labor, wealth and capital, over-incarceration, over-policing, and systemic discrimination. The aim of the task force is to heal the injustices of the past and present with tangible action and to set a course for a better future for African Americans in the state." The task force has published a nearly 500-page interim report that details a history of discrimination against African Americans from colonial times to the present day. For leading the effort to make major changes in the recognition of enslaved people and their descendants, and for their work and leadership in creating and leading the task force to study reparations in the state of California, we are honored to present the Crispus Attucks Leadership Award to Ms. Camilla Moore and Dr. Shirley Weber.